Welcome to Akihabeera, where recently the Japanese beer industry has capitalized on the success of icing, except you hand someone a super dry and simply tell them you hate them. I'm Casey.
I'm Eric. Hi, I'm Jeremy.
Once again, we have Jeremy back for another episode, and this one, we actually have two beers from his home state of Indiana. This Apricot Sour from Tin Man, and then we also have this Persimmon Ale from Bloomington Brewing Company.
Yep. This sour is quite good. I don't think there's as much of a hint of there's some apricot to it, but it's not like it's not a fruit beer.
And what about the Persimmon one?
The Persimmon one is not quite as it's not a lot of the pumpkin ales that you get. They're very much it's like the pumpkin spice and overly done. But this one it's pretty light. It's not really as noticeable as some of the stronger pumpkin ales that you get.
Well, first we're doing the Tin Man Apricot Sour.
Look at the color on that, huh?
Wow.
It's a real light straw.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
It does have a really cool design. I like that.
the labeling is really
really well done. It has a very cider-esque look to it.
Barely beer color.
Yeah.
It smells like a sour.
It smells like the skin on a peach or a what is this? An apricot.
I could drink a peach for hours.
Like a real what's the word I'm looking for? An astringent sort of
yeah.
smell.
Mm-hmm. Well, sweet. Let's give this one a try.
Cheers,
guys.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot lighter than I thought it would be.
That's lovely.
And it's definitely a lot more sour than I thought it would be. You were right. Like you were saying, it doesn't really focus on the apricot at all. It focuses on the sour.
Yeah. It's got that nice little, like makes your
that kind of pull
you back here and makes your mouth water more.
Right.
Yeah.
It's difficult to tell for me still, like when I drink a sour, what the primary fruit is.
What the primary anything is.
Right.
Like it's such an overpowering flavor, and it's not a bad flavor.
It's not all that far away from like a lemonade type of, like that sort of astringency that you get with a sour lemonade is quite similar. There is a little bit of like a fermented funk in this, and it says on the can that it's kind of got like, it elicits like a lactic acid type of bite, and maybe that's what I'm tasting. But I mean, I could drink a pint of this with no problem.
Yeah,
like this is
it's way good. It's way smooth. It does taste like more of a cider.
That's a pretty good comparison now.
Yeah.
It's like a cider, and I'm sure they just used barley in making it. Now I'm ready to try this Persimmon Ale as well. Okay, this is a bit more of the color I expected from the last one as well. Honestly.
Yeah, this is an actual ale.
Ooh, that smells good.
Before when did this happen? Like this sort of craft beer scene in your?
Oh, sorry. You mean when I first came to Japan?
Yeah.
So that was 12 years ago. So 2004, I moved to Japan, and so I actually worked in a liquor shop.
Okay.
For about 6 or 8 months before I came here, and so I actually sold a lot of beer, and there was craft-ish beer.
Yeah.
They were just starting to get into it, but Indiana's really behind on liquor. Like in Indiana, you still can't buy alcohol on Sundays at like
there's parts of Jersey like that too.
We got the blue laws.
So
we have blue
weird
laws, too.
to me. I don't understand. I never even heard of that.
Every time I go back, I try to buy it on Sundays, and like they take it away. So there wasn't a lot in the way of craft beers. There was like Oak and Barrel. We had Oak and Barrel, which is I think in Bloomington, where this is from. There was Three Floyds, which is another one. I think that was so there were some local Indiana breweries.
Oh, that's cool.
But there wasn't a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Holy crap! This smells awesome.
It does.
It's got it's got spices in it like cinnamon.
It does smell almost like a
nutmeg
pumpkin.
List
one of the pumpkin ales.
what it's got in here somewhere in the bottle.
It's very autumnal. We'll use that adjective again.
Yeah. Autumn brings the enjoyment of Indiana's native persimmons.
Ooh.
Apparently.
I had never even said the word persimmon before I came to this country.
I did when I was doing in Japanese class. we like talked about persimmons, and we just like I had never heard of them before,
Right.
and me and a buddy did
this fruit isn't real.
and we were like, they're called persimmons. What is this?
My family actually has, our family recipe is persimmon pudding.
Oh,
It's like a wet, soggy brownie, but it's persimmon and like butter and nutmeg. It's
That sounds alright.
delicious.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so Persimmon Ale.
Persimmon Ale.
Kampai.
Kampai.
Yeah, the scent is like a pumpkin ale.
Wow.
Really spicy. A little bit of alcohol on the aroma there.
Yeah.
That's gonna surprise you.
Oh wow, that's rich. That is awesome.
Yeah.
It's almost like the crust of a really like a really dark crust of a pie or something.
Yeah. And like that sweetness of the persimmon kind of jumps out, or like richness. Maybe it's because you just mentioned butter
beautiful.
and everything, but like I'm getting those flavors like this, like buttery persimmon. Wow,
that's excellent, man. It's almost like the juice from the fruit had like soaked into like I was saying the pie crust, like a bread or something. Like it's got this really rich, weedy, heavily spiced, barely fruity type of flavor. That's really, really interesting.
I've never seen an actual persimmon in Indiana.
Oh weird.
I never saw a whole persimmon until I went to Spain. Like my family buys like canned pulp to put in the persimmon pudding. I don't know. It's just this orange goop.
Sure.
I hate
totally
eating actual persimmons like here in Japan. Well, like eating them is annoying as fuck because it's like 90%.
You got the skin and the seeds
It's
all
the
over
skin,
the place.
yeah,
the seeds are
like,
the real motherfucker.
Getting through that thing fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It tastes good, but
You ever
it
had the
fucking
dried
sucks.
ones?
Dried ones aren't bad.
The dried ones
because
are
that's a lot
bomb.
easier. You can just eat
just fucking eat
those.
them,
yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check out our Twitter and the musician who created our wonderful music.
Hey, you can also check out our last episode above. Again, a big thanks to Jeremy for providing these two beers today.
Man, thank you so much.
Sure.
Do you want to plug your channel again?
Yeah, sure. So I run a Let's Play channel, particularly focused around Minecraft. So you can find it somewhere. It's called Jay Hoosier. Hoosier, someone from Indiana. Jay.
The J stands for
very
Indiana. Should we wrap this up and then we can
should.
just
We gotta
do it.
eat and then drink.
Yeah, I haven't had food.
Yeah.
I don't. There's fudge and cheese over there.
Yes, we do have cheese and fudge.